I'm here with Blake Stainton, the young man himself.
Nice to be here.
Thanks for coming on, bro. It's your first podcast.
Yes, it is.
Wow. You're starting with me.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, big time, bro. You hit the big time.
Yeah, for real. now it's just like downhill from here.
Oh, bro. I think it's a lot more uphill from here. But appreciate you coming on. I want to learn about you, man. So I checked out your music. You got 2 songs out at the moment.
Yes.
So the recent one that came out, that was Lost Love?
Yes.
Lost Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had listened to that. What was the inspiration behind this latest single you've just released?
So this single came about where it's like, you know how you're walking down a park and then like you just meet random people and you talk to them? So this one's about meeting an old guy at a park bench and he starts telling you his life story. And in that time, he's giving you advice and saying how he lost the love of his life over something that didn't really mean much in the time, but he was careless with his words and therefore he lost the love of his life. And the whole song is pretty much that story of how he's kind of giving you advice on how to just watch what you say and that kind of vibe.
True. That's very insightful, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's was he drunk? There's always plenty of drunk people at the park. Nah, I'm sure he was just like an older man looking for someone to chat to, I'm assuming. Yeah. No, that's you're writing songs and taking inspiration from different places. So I looked on your Instagram, so been going on there for about 4 years. So I take it you've been playing music and releasing music. Well, you've only just been releasing music, but you've been playing music for 4 years. Is that about right? Or you've been playing music longer than that?
I started learning guitar when I was 13. So I'm turning 18 soon, so that's coming up to 5 years now.
You can drink at the bars now, go to it's not just all ages show anymore. Yeah.
You'll be getting better gigs now as well now that I'm 18.
And you go to bars and opens up a bit. Yeah, all ages, like you do a lot of gigs like youth centers and community centers, and you do a lot of busking. So when did you start busking? I should talk to you about busking because I used to do a lot of busking once upon a time. How have you found it? How do you find it?
I find it very lucrative. I started off busking at Browns Bay.
Yeah.
And that was...
Is that on that stage, like that platform by the crossing? Is that still there?
Yeah, that is still there, but I don't busk there because you have to like book that stage. I go to the Browns Bay Sunday markets.
Nice.
And then that's just like all the people walk in there, and you don't even have to ask the person. You can just rock up and just play for free.
Nice.
And take your money and leave. And I usually go there for about 3 hours on a Sunday and get a couple $100 or $100, and it's really good.
Nice.
I experimented with busking in the city. People are very mean there, so I don't.
Busking in the city is weird. It's not that great from what I remember either. Browns Bay, because I used to play that little spot on that stage. I'd book it on the Saturdays. I did that for a while. But I did the Sunday market once. It was a long time ago, yeah. But I do remember people out there are more accepting of that. Obviously, if you're doing kind of acoustic music and stuff, not doing anything crazy. Yeah, because in the city, what I normally found is you just get it's just way more weirdos for one. But then you just get people aren't that interested. People are on the move and on the go. No one really is like gonna hang around and listen to your music or what you're doing.
Exactly.
So it's a good spot now. Good.
But my favorite place ever to busk is actually a small town down south called Karikari. Do you know where that is?
Karikari. Is that yes, that's just a Tauranga, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
the town of murals. And that is such an awesome place because people there are so nice and so willing to give their money out. And I get into like...
I got to meet these people. Let's get money out, bro. Far out.
Like,
in these economic times.
Exactly. But yeah, every time I go there, I get double the amounts I usually get in Auckland. People are just so much nicer there. Karikari is like a retirement town, so it's like full of like older people, and they're like, "You're such a handsome young boy."
Exactly, you got the young man energy. It reminds them of you bring back some memories for them. Some more old people you can get stories from for more songs, right?
Oh yeah.
So you never know, inspiration might strike with the elders. Okay, so you've been doing like Rockquest as well.
Yep.
Saw that you've done Rockquest. How many times have you done Rockquest?
For the first time I did Rockquest was last year. I kind of bloomed late with it. I felt I wasn't ready beforehand. I wasn't really confident in my abilities with it. So I came last year. I didn't place or win anything, but it was a good vibe. And then I came this year with like a different kind of approach and different kind of song, and I ended up winning the Auckland regional finals, which
Nice,
is
man.
really cool. And now I'm up to the finals now, national. Well, not national finals yet. It's top 30 at the moment, but yeah,
Nice. Just you as a solo artist.
as a solo artist, yeah.
Nice. 'Cause I saw a video, I think you like playing in like a little band with your mates or something.
Oh yeah, that was just us jamming.
Ah, right,
Yeah.
right. But you just like to keep it to, you and the guitar.
Yeah,
And that's sort of the way you want to go forward.
yeah, I tried to get into a band like a while ago, but um, at my point now, like without having to reach out outside of school, everyone's kind of already made bands already and got their little groups. Like, I'm quite good mates with Wes Jai, and they got into their band in like year 7 or something, and
Been playing for a
they-
long time, eh?
yeah,
Mm. Those girls have been singing together for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why
Grace
their
and
harmonies are so good. I've seen them live twice now. Yeah.
yeah. I always watch their shows. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very professional for, I had them on here, and very professional for a young band. I was quite impressed, and like, especially with the instrumental and how everything works together. It's like quite progressive, which I buzzed out at, and then people, like the guitarist, oh man, no, not Jai, the other guy, Michael. God, he's gonna punch me if I forgot his name. But he like rips, he shreds and stuff, and loves Polyphia and all that. And I was like, that's cool. Wouldn't have, but then I listen to the music and I can kind of hear that. You listen to any sort of progressive music yourself? You're kind of more like country acoustic. Like, would you call yourself not really country, kind of like acoustic?
Yeah, more of an
Indie.
acoustic vibe I tend to write in, but I like to think that I listen to a wide range of music. That but at the moment I'm going through like a country phase.
Country,
But
yeah.
I'm listening to a lot of Zach Bryan at the moment.
I
but
heard the name, yeah.
yeah,
I'm not really a country fan myself, not for me, but I think at the moment, I think that genre is starting to pick back up again, especially like in the popularity and the charts and things like that. In New Zealand, yes, I'd probably say there's actually quite a few more acoustic artists coming through. I think we've been in the hip hop stuff's not hitting as much. As I was going to ask you, this is something I always like asking people who are in school, because it's like, what sort of music, and because you were last year at high school,
Yeah.
right? What would you say who are the artists people talk about, and currently, would you say?
like not people that I quite enjoy. Like there's Drake.
I was the same, bro. But
It's Drake, but
Kendrick Lamar?
yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
Still going.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's still going. I actually quite like Kendrick. His songs are really good.
Yeah, he dropped when I was in high school. Kendrick was dropping, just coming out then. So Drake, Kendrick,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are more like different demographic. They go with that route.
right?
But I also there's a small group of like people that also still listen to the older like the Pink Floyds,
Like
Led
rock,
Zeppelins, and
yeah.
all that prog rock kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
then there's also like the punk emo vibes.
Crowd.
And then those guys listen to like the Nirvana and all those Soundgarden,
Right.
like good old days grunge.
Yeah. I wouldn't call Nirvana and Soundgarden emo, but I know what you mean.
But those like those group of people, like people that dress like that, they love Nirvana. I love it. I'm friends with a lot of them.
No, that's cool. It's good to have it's so interesting that because Drake came out, I think for me, just after high school. But Kendrick Lamar had started blowing up. I forgot the album that came out. It was quite good. It was like 2012 or something. But it was so the hip hop stuff still on a level, and your age, you say, still pretty popular. People still like it. Yeah, I'm interested to see sort of when that might like taper off, and like because even like the rock stuff has dabbled back. Like we'll talk about like Olivia Rodrigo, kind of been a thing. But I guess with like the acoustic side of things that you're kind of more into, what's sort of your plan going forward? Like you want to play more shows? Like I know you're pretty young. I've only just kind of started, so you've already released 2 songs on Spotify, which is very impressive. Who recorded them?
Earwig Studios, a guy called Darren. I met him through a open mic night that I have played a couple of times, and his sound was really nice. And I absolutely like love Earwig Studios for, like, how do I explain this? He uses no digital anything. No,
it's all analog, yeah.
no DAWs.
We've got a tape
And,
machine.
Yeah, all 1960s reels, everything.
Damn.
And like,
Was he chopping it up and like editing it on it as well?
so what we did with my songs that we did was all one take. So from start to finish, just like
Nice.
because you have to pay for the tape that you use, and it just it's much more expensive than just like let's just cut this bit off.
Yeah, tape's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've never recorded. I've recorded onto a tape machine, but the tape machine ran into the You can do this thing. You can like run it into a DAW, so you get that tape sound.
Yeah.
But I've never done like a full tape recording. That's cool, man.
Yeah, and like to add effects and stuff, because on DAWs you can just like reverb and you're just there. But to add reverb onto tape, it's much like we had this thing.
Oh, you gotta have a whole rack mount unit, and you gotta patch it all.
A plate reverb, so it was just a massive sheet metal in the room, like just with a microphone up to it, and that's how we got the plate reverb.
You got the plate reverb just like that. That's cool.
Like all just natural sound, which is I find it's quite nice to strip music back down to its like most basic form, and not overproduced and everything. Like that still has a place, but like what I'm doing now is kind of a bit backwards from a lot of other people. Other people like release the acoustics and stuff later, but I'm doing it first, just so I don't know. I really enjoy that kind of rawness and just adds emotion to it, I guess. You
got more to build off, I suppose, if you're doing it that way. Because then you can bring in the band and do a lot, but you can still strip it back. I have noticed with like a few other, even like Where's Jive been on here, and speaking to a few other like guys your age. I don't know if it's like a reaction to the music of the last 10 years because everything's been very overproduced. I'm noticing that there's a cool trend of kind of what you've just talked about. So it seems like a lot of people are stripping it back or wanting it to be a little bit more raw. And I've noticed it with a few of the other bands as well, even like in rock and stuff. People want to, which is very cool. Because there for a long time, it was even I got caught up in the trend of over perfection. You just spend so long trying to make everything perfect when it kind of just comes out. Still, it comes out cool, but you can miss little elements of it, and sometimes mistakes or little things that are not quite right are actually like really nice to have, rather than make everything really clean. Getting lost in the grid, that's what we'd say. Lost in the grid and the click track. Yeah, I do find that people nowadays are so used to that perfect sound of like auto-tune and pitch correction and all of that. And to hear just a raw, natural voice is almost unheard of now. I was listening to an Ariana Grande song the other day, one of the newer ones, and I was thinking, wow, like this has gone through a lot of like voice. It's interesting though, because a lot of those singers, including Ariana Grande, are amazing singers. Exactly, yeah. But they do it it's about like fitting the style and is like the effects. But they don't need it. Exactly. But what the problem is that everyone's like, oh, we all have to do this. And if you're not a good singer, I mean, I've been pitch corrected before when I've sung. I'm not going to lie about that. Yeah. But for some amazing singers, they don't really need it. But the thing is if you're a producer or a recording engineer, you get so lost in the perfection of it, that's kind of what ends up happening. Yeah. But I think that's probably I feel like there's going to be there's already a reaction to that. So I'm interested to see how that goes forward myself. Even like Justin Bieber, another example, who's an amazing, great singer. I don't love his music, but I think he's a great singer and a great performer. Can't deny that. Doesn't really need auto-tune. Yeah. But he's got it because it's just the vibe of the song and for that sort of style and that sort of production. But I do think things are going to be changing from that, like I've said like 5 times. Yeah, it all has its place. Like T-Pain really has adopted. Bro, T-Pain was my shit, bro. Yeah, I grew up on that. He really adopted that auto-tune sound and but he used it as like a signature sort of effect to be quirky and to like be different. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of like what at the time though everyone thought he couldn't sing, which even I did. But obviously he can sing very well. Yeah. But this is kind of what gets lost on. I think it's lost on a lot of people in that. But Yeah, it's interesting to watch like how different phases of music and different time periods, and people will be like, oh, this is important, that's not important, and then it's like we want to aim towards perfection, and now it's like kind of going back, like we don't want perfection anymore, we want it to be more real and more honest, because state of the world, the state of the world is very difficult sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
AI, deep fakes, and all that shit. It's kind of getting a bit trickier to sort of differentiate between what's real and what's not. And I think with music, people want that to go back.
Yeah.
But now you got AI music, so hey,
Yeah.
watch out. There might be an AI Blake Stainton, bro.
Yeah, it's very scary.
You got to copyright that.
Yeah, I scroll through TikTok and I find like Freddie Mercury singing a song that's hitting the charts now, and it's like it's quite nice to hear, but at the same time, it's like, does he really, like, if Freddie was here nowadays, like, would he really want that to be happening? Someone just taking and his voice and using it for those kind of ways. It's like, it's a very weird ethical thing to ask about it. It's like some people like it, some people don't. It's quite nice to hear like what it would sound like, but at the same time, is it ethical? Like,
I think like when it comes to creative property, I mean, this has been a discussion forever, because people have sued each other musically for chord progressions. I mean, what defines you owning a chord progression? I mean, how many times has G, D, G, C been used? Like a billion times.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, like even like with what you're saying as well, it's like how far do you take it? One of the things I like looking back on especially was thinking like there must have been the late 90s, early 2000s when it was like the sampling wars of like suing like the record labels were going crazy against hip hop artists. I think it was around then. And just everybody left, right and center was getting sued for all kinds of different samples that they used in songs that weren't theirs. But it's like, it's been made into something different and it's been made into something creative. How far do you go to say that you've stolen something when technically everybody's stolen something, right?
Yeah.
Even like you look at the Beatles. Beatles stole heaps of shit. That's not theirs, but because maybe you just don't know what they stole from, because you weren't when neither of us were in the 60s, but you don't know what they took from in the 50s or before. So it's an interesting conversation. I always find like what constitutes actually taking someone's creative property. Taking someone's voice, sure, but it's like, again, like this has been happening in some way or another for a long time. So I don't know, bro. Food for thought.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got that going on. All right. Whatever. So you play a bit of harmonica as well?
Yeah.
I see a video of that. You play a bit of harmonica?
Yeah. I don't really play it in front of people much because it's hard to play while you're playing the guitar. And it only really works while you're playing guitar. Otherwise, it's a bit strange. But yeah, I don't have the...
the headpiece to do
the
it.
headpiece thing to do it. I want to... Yeah, with my rock shop Watchout, I'll probably go try and find one.
Yeah. You want to incorporate more of that into a music as well?
Yeah.
Some harmonica? Okay.
Yeah, harmonica's a strange instrument though, but I'll find a way to use it.
Cool. You play any other instruments?
Yeah, I've taught myself how to play piano.
Nice.
Bass is pretty much the same kind of concept as guitar. Like, I can't really say that. I'm starting to learn the drums, but I can't really say that I learned the drums. But yeah, guitar, singing, piano, bass, harmonica. Yeah.
Nice. You literally could be your own, your own band. You can do everything in the studio yourself if you wanted to. Save some money there, bro. You know?
Yeah. All I need is drums now.
Drums are great. Drums are the most fun, but the most expensive and the most inconvenient. That's the only thing about drums.
Yeah.
You want to waste money? Go buy a drum kit. Because breaking cymbals and sticks. Like I used to do this podcast with another guy called Scott. And he was a drummer. We used to play together. And just the amount of money that he would invest in his drum kit was just like, it's a lot. But fun as hell to play. Fun as shit. So, yeah, pay off, eh? Pay off. What do you do outside of music? You're in school, so there's limited time. You do any sport or anything like that?
Yeah, I do judo.
Oh, look at you. Cool.
I've been doing judo since I was 5.
What belt?
I'm blue at the moment.
Nice.
I kind of slowed down over the last couple of years. I could have got my brown by now, but yeah, I've started going more into refereeing rather than competitions.
Why is that? You're just not that interested?
Yeah, just like I've kind of lost the vibe with competitions. The last competition I did was probably the International Open, and that was a while ago now. But now I've gotten into refereeing, and it was awesome because now I'm a New Zealand referee.
Cool.
And when I went to go, I'm actually going to referee at the International Open this year, which is weird because I was like competing there, but now I'm refereeing there. It's so strange. But yeah, when I'm refereeing, all these like older guys are like 6'4", and it's like I'm like young, and it feels like people might be looking at me going, "This guy doesn't know anything." But yeah, it's a bit of a strange experience, learning experience.
How do you score points? And I've seen, because you have like you're in like a ring.
Yeah.
So if you get taken out, then obviously that's the end of the match. But then what, takedowns? I know a little bit about judo, not heaps.
So how it works is there's two scores. There's Ippon and Wazari, which is one is a full score, one's a half score. So full score means you win automatically. Half score means you got to get two of those to win.
Yeah.
And to get a full score, you got to throw the person onto their back with, while controlling what's happening, like a control technique. You get a full score. If it's like not controlled, or if they land on their side, then it's a half score. Otherwise, you can hold them down for 20 seconds, or put them in an arm lock or a headlock, and choke them out on whatever until they tap.
Do you do like arm bars and things like that? Chokes? Chokes and that? Oh, yeah. But that's all whilst wearing the... you guys call it a gi? Or do you guys call it a gi as well? Yeah. Nah, cool. I do a bit of jiu-jitsu, so I sort of know it a little bit. But, oh, cool. So yeah, no one must fuck with you at school then. You've thrown anybody? That's fun.
Yeah, I can't say. Yeah, I'm a head student at school, so I can't.
Oh, look at you! All right.
I can't be disclosing information of me hurting other students.
All right. Now martial arts is great. I kind of wish I did more of it when I was in high school. I do a lot of it now, but then back then I didn't do as much of it. A bit of karate and stuff, but I don't think karate's very popular anymore.
Nah, not really.
Everyone's MMA.
Yeah, now it's all MMA and
Muay Thai. Yeah, Muay Thai doing that. Yeah. You ever tried it?
Some of my friends have tried to teach me, but I feel like they went to like one lesson and then think they know everything.
Think they know the whole how it all works. So yeah.
Pretty much.
It's fun, but it's definitely like the wars are pretty big. With a lot of those sports, like I've done a bit of like boxing as well. I did a little bit of, used to do a lot of sparring and stuff. And what happens is obviously if you get too much to the head, that all adds up. Whereas judo and those sorts of things, it's probably actually safer, which is kind of funny. You wouldn't think so, but it is safer as long as you don't get fully choked out. Have you put someone to sleep before?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Two people.
Two people.
Two people.
Damn.
Over the course of. Yeah.
I thought you were just this cute, like, young country artist, man, and are you choking people out in judo?
Yeah, it's vice versa. I've been choked out a couple of times as well.
Did you actually go to sleep?
Yeah.
Far out.
There was this one time with a guy that I like to train with, and he put me in a chokehold, and I looked at him in the eyes, and I was like, I'm not gonna tap, and he just choked me out. I was like,
yeah, try and be strong and not tap. Damn. Yeah. How many belts are there in judo?
White, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, black, red and white, and red. Red's pretty much impossible to get. My coach, he's always says that he's 108, but he's probably in his 70s, and he's got red and white belt.
Yeah.
So still not in the max, but yeah. But what I like about judo belts is you can't get like your next belt super quickly. It probably takes you about 2 years to get to the next belt.
Inconsistent training every week to do it.
Where like I find like other sports like karate or taekwondo or something, you can get your black belts in high school, and where in judo it's much harder than that. You'd probably be around 20 years old before you can get your black belt.
Yeah. It's like if you start at 5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, jiu-jitsu's like that as well. It takes a long time to get a black belt. I think it takes about 10, 15 years. And that's with training regularly. But yeah, with karate, it depends on the karate. I had a martial artist come in here actually and talk about Mcdojos, which I didn't know. I knew a little bit about it. You know about Mcdojos?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, so it's just like a buy your black belt essentially. Yeah, which is pretty shit. But yeah, some people want to be tough and think they have a black belt, which is kind of dangerous when you think about it. But yeah. Anyway, so interesting, man. Doing the judo and got the music and stuff. That's great. So you're still doing a bit of refereeing as well on the side, and a bit of you're getting paid for that now?
No, it's refereeing's volunteer work. At the moment. There's like the higher grade competitions. I think you get paid for those. I haven't asked, but
how big is judo in New Zealand? I don't even really know how big it is. The scene here for judo.
It's at a decrease at the moment. Less and less people are joining it, but it's quite big. There's dojos all around New Zealand, and with the bigger competitions, you maybe get a couple thousand people, which is really good.
Just New Zealand, eh?
Just New Zealand.
Yeah, that's cool.
But around the rest of the world, it gets.
Oh, it's huge. It's massive.
It's a massive.
Yeah,
sport.
I know in Eastern Europe it's huge. Everyone does judo, and I think in Australia, I think it's reasonably big. I think most people still do like kickboxing and boxing and stuff, martial arts and that.
That's more the sports of the time now.
Yeah. Have you tried? Have you tried any other martial arts?
I want to, but they just cost a lot.
Yeah,
it's always like a couple $100 per term, and it's like a weekly cost you sign up for in there. But cool, man. It's good that it's I really think it's important for everybody to try martial arts in their life. I think it's important because you learn so much about yourself and fitness and well-being and all that good stuff. Yeah.
And cool, man. Sweet. So I noticed on your channel you do quite a few. You do a few collabs with some ladies. I see. Yeah. So you do. Do you have any plans to maybe do some collabs in future on any tracks?
Yeah. So I'd love to do a lot of. I like to do duet tracks a lot. With and I find like with girls being in a higher register, like voices match up really nicely. I've put out to a lot of my mates and stuff and people I know that I would like to do some duets with them. There's this one girl, Olive Mortimer. She's actually in America now, but we always, you probably see on my channel already, we do a lot together. And I used to also do duets with the singer from Watchout, Lee.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Is that a Rockquest thing?
No. Where was it? I think it was my school graduation. I think I did with Lee.
Okay.
And some talent show or something. We sang together a couple times.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't remember which ones. Yeah.
Oh, mean. Yeah, it's good to try and like collaborate and spread yourself with finding other people and learn a lot from other musicians. And same with producers actually. Having different people you produce, like work on your songs with, and different sort of opinions and ideas, and learning that no idea is a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's something that's really big. Took me a little while to learn that. But all important. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. What else have I got for you? I think you should try and do a band again. Yeah. Maybe within another year or two, you should give it a go. Not join a band, but maybe bring on some other people, and
Well, what I've kind of
start building the Blake Stainton brand, man. You know?
What I've kind of done this year, we have a thing called Impact Project at my school.
Yeah.
And it's like one day a week that you get to pursue your passions and create something from it. And my friend group were like, Blake, we're going to do a music impact and we all want to join a band. So we're like, oh, can you guys play your instruments? And like a couple of them can play their instruments well and a couple of them
no.
And so it kind of became really unproductive and stuff. But we did get like 2 songs out of it, which was quite fun. And you saw that one where we were jamming with my mates, and that was quite fun. So I'll be doing kind of stuff with that, but nothing in any professional sense. It's just kind of some mates having fun.
Right. No, all right. Keep it to yourself and expand later on. Expand the brand. Any merch coming?
I actually have
Oh, damn.
printed T-shirt
Nice.
with my Mr. Man in Black logo on it.
Yeah.
I'm planning to get some more out, some more merch. As I'm getting more popular, I guess. Like as people want to buy it, as people want to buy it, then I'll start making more. But I made it more for myself to promote it.
Of course, it's
Yeah.
nice to having your own merch feels pretty special. I remember
Yeah.
the first time I got my first T-shirt printed. It was like, yeah, wow,
Yeah.
got my own merch. It's crazy. Yeah. Do you have have you put your music on any CDs or anything?
I did put it on a tape.
Oh, on a tape.
Yeah,
Far out.
not
Going
a
back.
CD,
You were
but
keeping it old slave.
Yeah, it
Even
was,
old school.
it was the like that metal tape one. I can't remember what the actual term is for it, but it was my dad's, and he was like, "I'm saving this for something special," you know. And then like he gave it to me to put my new
Oh, that's
Mr.
nice.
Man in Black on.
Yeah.
That was my first release, and it was a very special moment. And like now I've got a picture of Mr. Man in Black, and it's on a shelf, and it's just a nice memory there.
No, that's very sweet. Who did the artwork for
Myself.
that? You did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did all the artwork for my my own artwork.
Awesome, bro. What were you using for it?
Like 18,000 different apps.
On free trial.
Yeah, on free trial, exactly. like and I
Fair
wanted,
enough.
yeah, it's like
Hustle.
even just overlaying the paper filter on top of it was
Yeah.
just like I had to go through so many different processes to do that. But yeah, digital art is really fun.
Yeah. No, I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast recently. Another band on sort of started talking about doing digital art and compositing and creating everything together. I'm terrible at it. I remember I just take photos and put filters on them, and that's the artwork. I wouldn't really think
Yeah.
too much more. But now I do it. Yeah. If I was to do it again, do it a little bit more for sure. That's cool, man. You got a lot of stuff going on for you. That's exciting. I think like the big key is to just try and just keep it going. Like that's the key. But you're on your own, man, a little bit, which is also scary and exciting.
Yeah.
But it means you're kind of in control of the ship.
Yeah.
So
I really like that, yeah.
So I think you got that dictatorship going on. Sweet, just you, bro. You against the world. No one can say anything there. But like I think like because being in a band, and this is what I found for myself, is like it's like a marriage. You're dealing with everybody's personalities, and you all share this like special experience and special project together. But what would normally happen is like things happen in life. People leave, they're not feeling it as much anymore, and bands break up, and then you do all kinds of things, and it's very it's impressive when you see bands who stay around for a long time to stay in, because for me just unfortunately it didn't quite work a few times.
Yeah.
So I think for yourself, and also keeping consistent with it, because it's very easy. You might release a few songs doing cool now, but I think you could, as boring as it sounds, like make a plan.
Yeah.
Because I know you love it, like loving music and playing and releasing music, and that's so great. And it sounds like you've got a massive head start, which I think is really cool to a lot of other people. You might not think you have a head start, but you do have a head start. I don't know how you feel about that, but you do have a head start. So I think when you leave school, and if you're going to keep doing music, you plan to study music or to go to university or anything? Or?
Not to study music in university, but I do intend to go to university and get some sort of degree in something.
Yeah. Good that you're not doing music at uni.
Yeah.
I didn't do that, but yeah. No. I would say if you're wanting to keep doing that, I'd just, like look into more business stuff as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's boring, man, but it's important. Like honestly, like branding. It sounds like you got a lot of it under control, to be honest. But it's just if I put myself in your shoes, and if I could like look at it a little bit differently.
It's nice of you to say that I've got a head start, because I feel like I really only started my musical journey when like I turned 13, and
that's a head start.
and a lot of the people around me have all been doing music since they were like 5, and then they came out of the womb with a guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you mean. I mean I had that in school too, but I feel like if you're the one who keeps doing it, because there's a lot of talented people out there. One of my favorite kind of quotes. I'm going to butcher it by Habib, not the UFC fighter, but he talks about a lot of people are talented, but they don't do anything with it, or they get lazy, and they just stop. And that's what happens like quite a lot with people. You might have been playing music since they were 5. People have been doing judo since they were like, I don't know, 4. I don't know, some crazy stuff. But then they all kind of like stop. And then they go, I got to get a job and go for work. And adult life, will happen. But it doesn't mean you have to stop the things you love. And I think a lot of that gets confused. But I bet you'll see that in the next few years. So if you keep consistently going for it. And that's what I mean, like that, as boring as it sounds, the plan, having a bit of a plan, like, when I'm 23 or something, like what would this look like? It doesn't need to be like big, famous, making lots of money and having 10 women around me. It can just be like, hopefully by then I have like maybe my second album's being worked on or something, and I'm like, I've got a little group, or I'm doing some touring and stuff. Like, and then the thing is, it sounds like with your mindset and the martial art mindset's great because you're going to have that discipline. So, no, man, I'm fully behind you with it. But it's, I guess for me now, like I keep forgetting how old I am half the time. But like, it's like just what I've learned is like just that consistency. It's that consistency. And it sounds like you really love it. And it would be a shame if you're just like, go to uni and, it's all about, you get stuck into like, got to get the job and got to get that. And, you can get lost in that and you start leaving behind the things you really love.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I feel like an old man giving advice, but I just, I feel like with younger people pursuing music, it's just like, just don't stop.
Yeah, I'm really liking the next kind of level of exposure that I'm getting now recently. Like, the Ministry of Education contacted me and they were like, we'd love to feature you on our social media. And I was like, yeah. And
crazy.
Because they've got, I think they've got 12.2 thousand followers on TikTok.
Wow.
And I was like,
Ministry of Education has what a following for TikTok, eh?
Yeah, I was like, yes, please. And I got an opportunity to audition for Christmas in the Park.
Wow.
Which is also a really amazing opportunity as well. Even just to be considered for it is like really nice.
Yeah, awesome, bro. Ministry of Education on TikTok, that's so funny. Yeah. I guess like again, like what's funny looking at these platforms because like I think they only started getting taken seriously about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the idea of Ministry of Education being on TikTok, like to me is still funny. But because I just think of like dances and silly things like that. But obviously people, and I mean, I'm very aware people build brands and you can do very well on TikTok. And that's what artists used to discover, like A&R reps. We used to discover artists and stuff. So, but I still find it funny when even like old Christopher Luxon will post a TikTok. I'm just like, wow. We're at this point in life now where like, all of these things used to be laughed at. I mean, like Facebook was laughed at, all TikTok when it first came out was laughed at, Instagram laughed at, like, people don't take these things seriously. And now everyone's like, we got to have a social media strategy, including the Ministry of Education, which to me I find funny. Yeah. But
what I love is that you reach a lot of people there where you don't reach.
You can.
Where like in physical is just much more harder. Like there was this video that I posted on TikTok December and it got 15,000 views and I was like, wow, 15,000 people. Like if you put that into perspective, 15,000 people looking at what you've done.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you can't visualize it.
No.
It's just...
Well, TikTok's amazing first. It's like the first day I've noticed, like if you manage to like crack up a few thousand views, I've found that it can kind of keep going, which is really interesting. The TikTok algorithm is like, it's quite different from the like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's a bit different. YouTube is you got a YouTube channel and that you done shorts. Have you got some shorts up there?
Not really.
Give it a crack.
Yeah.
Because it's weird, but if you frame it right, you can actually music can do quite well on YouTube shorts as well. You got to be across all of them. You got to do all of them. But yeah, I'm assuming people still watch a lot of YouTube for your age group, or is everyone just on TikTok?
It's more just TikTok and Reels and stuff.
Facebook, is this like Instagram Reels?
Like YouTube Shorts, I think it's more like people that like young, like my little brother, kind of like He's 12,
right.
like that kind
Likes
of age
YouTube
group.
Shorts.
Like they're
Interesting.
not old enough to get TikTok on
Yeah.
Instagram yet, but like they can have YouTube and YouTube Shorts. So that's kind of, I find in my world that's my perspective of it.
Interesting. YouTube Shorts are still quite a new thing.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, we got to have a short video," and everyone does short video. But so interesting. Like, because I even know with the podcast, I would do like videos that were like 5 minutes, 6 minutes long. Still pretty new, but like, I mean, my podcast isn't very old, but they won't do that well. And then my shorts and my long form does the best. It's very interesting. So I always buzz out at that. So people were willing to listen to an hour. People would maybe watch 5-6 minute videos, but I mean, depending on the guest, I suppose, but people aren't as interested. But then the shorts and stuff, that's where like the not just views, but interest and engagement comes from. And so that's like what you tease people with, you know?
Yeah. If anyone's made it this far in the video, well done.
I don't even do a whole video, bro. Do you watch full podcast episodes videos? You ever do that?
Not really. Like,
No one, I don't think so. I do it sometimes, but you got to be like so into it to watch it. So that's kind of what I've learned about even like doing this. I just kind of more people can just put it in their ears and listen to it, or like have a few videos to watch. It's kind of as far as I go with it. Until I maybe get an editor one day, but for now it's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. All right. So any future things we can talk about? Okay, the ministry. So what was the any future things coming up for you?
So future things, I've got Rockquest coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm still like going through the next levels with that. Hopefully I do well. I had to put together a 10-minute video of me doing 3 songs back to back, and that's quite hard to do without any mistakes. But yeah, that was a really fun experience. What else? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be playing at the Tuning Fork for Newfound Sound somewhere in August.
Oh, nice. You played for Tuning Fork before?
No, but like it's a great spot.
Good venue.
Yeah, it's close enough to Spark Arena. I could say like I played at Spark Arena now. Yeah, it's connected to the building. But, yeah.
Nice, man.
Anything else? Not really at the moment. I'm kind of just doing things as they come, like this podcast, I guess. Like just taking opportunities as they come.
Sure. It's good.
Domino effect.
So is it do you do it all, or do you have some help from others as well, or are you doing all the networking and organizing yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing the networking. What I did a while ago was I followed like a whole lot of people and then messaged a whole lot of people, just like listening to like if it was a band, listening to their songs and being like, wow, I really like this song, liked what you did here, and just build relationships like that. Like that's what happened with Holy Crime. They put me up after that they put me up as like song of the day, you know how they do that.
Yeah, right.
And then they were like, oh, we'd love you to open for one of our shows, and now they're broken up, so that won't happen. But now because of that, I'll go support them at their gig on Saturday, which is so I love is that New Zealand's how I help you, you help me, kind of, we all help each other kind of vibe in the music industry, which is really, really nice. Yeah.
Awesome. No, yeah, that's I mean, good old little New Zealand, you know, everyone sort of knows each other. If you know somebody, they'll know somebody that you know, and it's all like the relationships are intermingled, eh? Sweet. All right, bro. I think we're kind of nearing the end a bit, so I'll throw some quickfires at you.
Okay.
And see how we go. All right.
Yep.
I generally like to do this for most musicians. What's your favorite piece of musical equipment you own besides your guitar?
Favorite piece of musical, that's a hard question. My Yamaha amp.
Yamaha amp?
Yeah, my Yamaha amp. It's built for acoustic guitars, and it just has a lot of different nice sounds.
You got a tone you got like a certain tone dialed in that you like a lot?
Yeah, I play around with it. I like the dynamics, the dynamic setting on it. It's quite nice.
Sweet. Favorite gig experience you've had?
Favorite gig experience
to date?
I was playing at the Clarin and this guy at the back, he says, "Get this man a lemonade." and
That's
best.
that's a goodie. I like that.
Yeah.
Not even a shandy. I guess you can't do that. But that's funny. With sugar as well. Not a free. Like a Sprite Zero or something.
He didn't specify.
No. Could have been full sugar. Damn, it's a spicy night. Favorite post gig meal.
Post gig meal. Ooh. Usually it's just some hot chips or something. Usually that's what I go for.
Yeah.
Usually I eat before my gigs, but yeah, probably hot chips.
Solid. And we'll do one more. Pull it out of the air, see if I can, and it's there. What's I guess on the martial art point, because I'm interested in that. What's your do you have a favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter?
Yeah. Do you follow it much?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor?
Yeah. I love his
shit talking.
personality.
Yeah. You're gonna watch his fight if it happens.
Yeah.
If it happens.
Yeah. And Mike Tyson as well. He's the OG.
Of course. Mike Tyson, yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, cool, man. Well, that was great. Hey, thanks for coming on, and it was great getting to know you. And I wish you all the best with all your music. Is there anything else you want to shout out before we head off? Or
follow my social media.
Follow your social media. Blake Stainton on it. You're pretty much on everything, eh?
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook?
Yep, I'm on Facebook.
Oh, damn. Hang out with the oldies.
Hell yeah. Got the mums hitting me up in my DMs.
Oh, shit. All right, bro.
I'm kidding. I got a girlfriend.
All right. Oh, all right. She better watch out then for those for those mums, eh? Far out. Players got to play, man. All right, bro. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All good. I wish you the best. We'll leave it there. Sweet. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Bye.